the video conference today. Could I just remind both schools to keep your microphones on mute when you're not speaking? I think students at we can hear you at the moment, and we need you to mute when you're not speaking. I'm going to offer a few brief introductory comments, including some advice for the next 60 minutes, and also remind you of the subjects that you will be discussing with each other. So those are the role of values in daily life. Salam, please could you put your microphone on mute when you're not speaking? Mute it from the settings of the screen.
Mr. Jonathan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, but there is something problem with your headphones or speaker. We can't hear you. Sometimes we have something cuts, you know?
Students at Christian Brothers School, are you able to hear me? You can just nod.
We are able to hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Salam, if I'm speaking more slowly and more loudly, are you able to hear me clearly now?
Yes, we are hearing you now clearly. Okay?
Okay, in that case, I will continue. Please could you put your microphone on mute whilst you are not speaking? This will make sure that we can all continue to hear each other throughout the video conference.
Okay.
As students at Salam, you could also slightly lower and reduce the volume on your microphone. Okay, I'm just going to continue with a few pieces of advice. My first piece of advice is this. During the video conference, try not to make generalizations. The easiest way to do this is to speak from your personal perspective by saying things like, I believe, or my experience has been, instead of saying things like, we believe, or we all think. This way, everybody learns about you as an individual, and you don't have to feel like you're representing your whole school or your whole country. So try to say I instead of we. My second piece of advice is when it comes to asking questions. Try as much as you can to ask questions based on things that you have heard in the video conference. This is because the key skill for a great VC is listening. And when we ask questions, which we call response questions, based on what we've heard, we actually prove that we have been listening to each other. If you have other questions which you have pre-prepared in advance, that's great as well. Just try to make sure you ask some questions based on things that you hear. I would also remind you that even though we will be speaking English during today's video conference, obviously we are from different parts of the world and we all have accents. For this reason, it's necessary to speak more slowly, more loudly and more clearly than you normally do when you speak with your friends. If you don't understand something or you need something to be clarified, please just ask for it to be repeated. You don't have to be embarrassed by this, it's perfectly normal. Also, if there is anybody on the video conference who needs help with their English language and we just need to wait for you for a few short moments, that's absolutely fine as well. If one of your friends needs to translate for you, that's absolutely fine. Okay, a brief reminder of the subjects that we're discussing. We will be talking about values in daily life and different ways of helping other people, and also the value of learning foreign languages. But first of all, we're going to begin with some introductions to your schools and to your communities and what life is like for you on a daily basis. So I'm going to hand over first of all to Christian Brothers High School in the US, and we'd like to hear from 3 students to begin with some introductions to your community. Perhaps you could tell us about your favorite features of your school or your community and try to explain any terms which may be unfamiliar to your partners in Saudi Arabia. So in your own time, I'll hand over to you in the United States. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Sam. I'm from CVC. We're a school of about 900. We're located in the middle of the country. The city of St. Louis, there's about 3 million people. We're a Catholic all-boys school of about 900 with women faculty and men faculty as well. And we have students of all different religions, including Muslims, and Jewish students. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Cameron, and I also go to CBC, and I participate in rugby. I am the captain of the team, and we are currently headed on to a state championship. And I'm also going to university for science and technology. Thank you.
Cameron, just before you go over to your friend, talk a bit more about the rugby championship. What is the state championship? What does that involve?
So there are multiple cities in in Missouri, and St. Louis being one of them. And the top two teams in each city, which I think there's about 4 of them, are going to head on to compete against each other to become the best in Missouri. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brennan, and I just wanted to thank you guys for being here before I started. One of the things that I really like about St. Louis and about CBC especially is the community and the connection that I have with everyone here. There's a lot of family in St. Louis, and I feel very established and very connected with everything that goes on in the city, and I feel very safe and just connected with everyone here. And especially with CBC, our whole school is based on brotherhood, and I feel like that's a lot that I take out of being here, and it's something that I appreciate very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sam, Cameron, and Brennan. Thank you for starting off the video conference so well. Students at Salam, we're going to hand over to you now, and I'd like to hear from at least 3 students with some of your introductions. After these 3 students have spoken, I'm going to turn it over to anyone who would like to deepen the dialogue by asking a follow-up question. So you may have heard things already from the students at CBC that you want to ask more about. But first of all, we'll take 3 introductions to your school or your community life from students at Salam. So I'll hand over to you now in your own time. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Abdulaziz Alzir. I study in Salam schools. In the secondary department, there are nearly 300 students. We also have male and female departments. Mainly, the school is in Riyadh, near the downtown area. There are many places in Riyadh to visit. There are many tourism places to visit and come and see. There are many parks, many areas to view. Thank you, that's it.
Hi, my name is Abdulaziz, and I go to Salam school, and today I will be talking about physics, and which is my favorite subject. I'm actually now I'm focusing on this subject because I'm planning on going to engineering in college, so that's what I'm focusing on now. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Abdurrahman. Hello, my name is Abdurrahman, and I study in Salam schools in Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia. Here in the schools, here in my school. Here in my school, I really focus on studying mathematics and biology, because when I go to college, I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a mathematics teacher. And thanks.
Why do you want to be a doctor or a mathematics teacher?
Maybe a dentist. if I'm a doctor, if I'm a doctor, I want to be a dentist. And what was the other question? Because I couldn't hear you clearly.
The question was why? Why are those professions interesting to you?
Well, because I really find myself good at mathematics, and I really like mathematics. And in biology, because I really find it interesting to look at how things are created and how it's shaped and that's it. And stuff like that. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those introductions. If both schools could be on mute briefly, I'm going to turn it back to now any students who would like to either ask a follow-up question based on something that you've heard, or perhaps based on something you had pre-prepared that you would like to learn about your dialogue partners, or if there are any students who want to build on the introductory comments that have already been shared by your friends, if there's any information about your school or community which you feel is important to share and it hasn't been shared yet, you can add to that. So perhaps first of all, we'll go to CBC students, and if one or two of you would like to take the microphone, I'll hand over to you now. Thank you.
All right. Hello, my name is AJ, and just want to thank you guys for doing this conference with us. I wanted to ask where you guys were going to college. I noticed that the three that were just up said that they were going to a university for to study physics and etc. So I was just asking what colleges you guys were attending next year. Thank you. Oh,
Let's take an answer to that question before we do the next student at CBC. Students at Dar es Salaam, AJ,
Mr.
CBC.
Jonathan, do you want my students to answer the question?
Please, your students feel free to answer the question. Thank you.
Please, will you repeat the question again?
I was just, can you guys lower your volume a little bit? It's hard to hear. And I was just wondering what colleges you guys were attending. Multiple of you guys said that you were going to college, and I just wanted to know where you guys were going.
It's a college in Saudi Arabia. It's called King Saud University.
My name is Jack. So like at your university, like what sports do they have, or do they have sports at that university? Like, I guess football, as in soccer for us, or like baseball, or even ice hockey, maybe. Thank you.
No, any sports in college.
You may need to repeat that answer. Unfortunately, the first few words of every response we're getting from Dar es Salaam is a little bit difficult to understand because of the microphone. So you just need to speak a bit more slow.
No, we do not have any sports at the college that I'm going to.
So maybe not at your university. What about like at high school that you're at right now? Thank you.
Yeah, we do have sports. We have football. We have volleyball, basketball.
Hi, my name is Donovan, and I was wondering if the women faculty at your school teach boys or do they only teach women? Thank you.
Hi, hello, my name is Ahmed from the Salam School. For teaching, now we are separated. Boys teach boys and women teach women. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, why is that?
Because our religion tell us like that.
Thank you very much for those questions from CVC. Students at Dar es Salaam, would you like to follow up with any questions for your partners at CVC?
I have a question for you guys. That's okay. What do you guys plan on majoring in college?
I plan to major either in Homeland Security or political science.
I plan to major in business, maybe accounting. My name is Matt Buskey, by the way.
Hello, my name is Patrick, and I plan to major in either international business or marketing.
What's the system in your school? Do you like choose your classes, or are they determined, by default? How does it work?
We do get to choose our classes, but there are some required courses we have to take in order to graduate. We do get to pick our religion classes as well.
I see. If you're from another religion, study something instead of like a Christian class, or how does that work?
You might need to just repeat that question for us. And could I just
we are required to take a Catholic class, but we can take a world religion class, which goes into more views on different religions.
I see. What do you study exactly in like a Catholic class? Like, Christian history?
We study the sacraments and morality and church teachings.
I see. Interesting.
Do you want to explain what you mean by sacraments as well?
We study the rituals like Eucharist, baptism, anointing, stuff like that. Eucharist.
What?
Eucharist is the body and bread of Jesus Christ. So we kind of study that, and every time we go to church, we receive the Eucharist. So we are receiving Jesus every time we go to Mass.
Mm-hmm.
It's bread. We use it as bread and wine, but it is anointed. It's a symbol of Jesus Christ.
So like So like you told us before, like you have like a lot of Muslims in your school, is that right?
Hello, my name is Cameron again, and I am Muslim, and I think there's only about 3 of us here out of 900. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
So did you like convert to Islam, or just you were born like a Muslim?
I am more of a non-practicing Muslim. Both my parents are Muslim, and I was born into a Muslim family.
So, like, where are you?
My parents are from Iran.
Okay. So, like, do you like the Muslim rituals and stuff, or you just like?
Sadly, I'm non-practicing. I embrace Islam more as a culture and tradition, unlike my parents, which they are practicing. And I wanted to know if any of you have gone on your Hajj.
What? Oh, like in the Islamic ritual, like we don't go like to Hajj till we hit puberty, but it's actually hard now to go.
You may need to just repeat your answer. It wasn't quite clear what your answer to the question about whether or not you've gone on the Hajj was. And could I just ask all students, when you're speaking, if you could just introduce yourself by saying your name, it just helps keep things personal and gives us a little idea of who you are.
Yeah, sure. My name is Naif. I'm Saudi, and for your question, I was like saying that yeah, I went to Hajj like once, like a couple of years ago. Yeah, and it was kind of tough.
Could you tell us a little bit about it? And if there is anybody else in your classroom who's also made the Hajj, it might be interesting to hear a little bit more about it.
Yeah, okay. Actually, no one went to Hajj except me, for now.
Well, with it being so close and within your country, why haven't more of you gone already?
Because like some of them still isn't old enough to go there. Like he's like a bit young.
Well, how old do you have to be? Thank you.
Once you hit puberty, you can just go. Yeah.
I have the question that my name is Matt, and I was wondering, can a Catholic enter Mecca, or is there restrictions on that?
Yeah, there is. Catholic can't go into Mecca. Actually, there's not an airport there because. Yeah.
Hi, it's Donovan again. I was wondering if you guys have heard anything about our President Obama's visit to Saudi Arabia last week.
Yeah, we did.
What did you hear about it?
It was like nice having him, and it was a pleasure having Obama to come to Saudi, and like we discussed like political stuff, and yeah, that sums it up.
I'm just going to interrupt briefly, gentlemen. It's great that you've been asking such interesting questions, but we're going to keep politics off the agenda for the rest of the video conference, mainly because if you want to research political opinions, it's easy to do that on the internet, but the interesting thing about you actually being able to meet one another is that you get to hear about each other's personal lives. And this is an opportunity that you don't have outside of a video conference. It's no problem. What I want to encourage you to do is move on to the theme of values in daily life. There was a request that you'll be able to speak about different ways of helping others and different ways in which you practice your own personal values in your daily life. So perhaps we could have 2 or 3 students from each school to speak about maybe different ways that you help others or different ways you practice values in your daily life. So I think this time we will begin at Salam. And if we could have 2 or 3 students to speak on that theme, then we'll move over to our friends at CBC, and then I'll turn it back to you again for questions. Thank you.
I'm Abdulaziz again, the first man speaking. So one of our main values is Silat al-Arham, which is visiting other people that you love and value, parents, friends, family. One of our main tradition is the fasting of Ramadan. Mainly, it takes nearly 1 month from dawn to after sunset. Then we break the fast. Then we continue our day. The main benefit and value that comes from breaking from fasting is to connect with the poor people and their lives, and enlarge our spiritual lives. After Ramadan comes Eid. Eid is mainly a big gathering of each family gathers and has lunch, dinner, have fun together as a big family reunion, sort of like Christmas with the Christians. After that comes Hajj, which, like we told you, the main reason why some people cannot go there, because it's such a big event and it takes one time each year. It's an annual thing in Mecca. It takes nearly 15 days. 15 days. Many millions of people come to Mecca to perform this sacred prayer. And that's mainly it for the Hijri year. That's some of our values in our daily lives. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Brendan Cruz. I also go to CBC High School. And one thing I would like to talk about is the community service we have at Christian Brothers College. And throughout high school, there's a certain amount of service hours you must complete in order to graduate. So for example, what I did is I volunteered at the St. Louis area food bank, and I helped package food into food boxes and then be distributed to the hungry across the St. Louis region, and I very much enjoyed that. I also worked in the hospital because I'm very interested in medicine, and I wanted to gain a hospital experience to be ready for it when I go into a college and postgraduate professional. Thank you. My name is Matthew.
Sorry, Matthew, just to introduce, I think we may have cut off the students at Salam because we only heard from one. So Matt, if you continue now, I just wanted to say that so we didn't forget. We will come back to you students at Dar es Salaam so that we can hear from more of you on this subject. But for now, we'll hear from Matt at CBC, and then we will come back to Dar es Salaam students afterwards.
Oh, no, it's not.
I just wanted to describe my community service experience. So what I did is I went to a part of town in St. Louis that is very poor, and I helped rebuild and fix up a neighborhood there. And also last summer I participated in something called Task Camp, where we help kids with special needs. Thank you.
And let's take one more student from CBC so we hear from all of you, and then we'll go back to students at Dar es Salaam.
Hello, my name is Kalen, and my service, we have to do junior year, we have to do, 40 hours? 40 hours of service to graduate and go on to senior year. And I, with Brendan, we both attended at the St. Louis area food bank and packaged boxes and met great people, and we still go today. Thank you.
I'm afraid we can't hear you at Dar es Salaam.
So, is the mic open?
Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you.
very beautiful things that you have done. Mainly, we don't have mandatory community service. However, the most community service I've done is that people during Ramadan, before the sunset, would stop at the stoplights to give to cars and poor people bottles of water, bread and dates as food if they don't even could reach the area in time or their destination in time, and they would be very hungry. And thank you very much. That's it.
My name is Abdulaziz, and I'm going to talk about zakah, which is in Ramadan. Every family has to give away something like money or food to a community that takes it and gives it to poor people. So every month, every Ramadan, we give like for each person like 1 kilo or 250 riyals or something like this to give to poor people. And thank you.
Regarding your previous question about why most of us haven't, went on Hajj. The reason being is if you don't reside in Mecca, you have to wait 5 years. That's because of the amazing number of people who want to do Hajj. Because if everyone went every year, it would be very, very crowded. So if you went, if you went in like 2012, you'd have to wait until 2017 to go. That way it won't be as crowded. So if you want to do Hajj and you're outside of Mecca, you have to wait 5 years. That's why most of us haven't done it, because it's very difficult. The timing is difficult.
Do you have any language classes in your school?
May you please repeat the question?
My name is Sultan. Do you have any language classes in your school?
My name is Nick. Yeah, we do have required language classes. In order to graduate, you have to take 2 years of either Spanish, French, and we used to offer German. Thank you.
Could we put that same question back to the students at Dar es Salaam, and perhaps Sultan, who asked the question, could you give us the same answer, or sorry, the answer to the same question for your school, and maybe tell us what your experience is of learning foreign languages and whether or not you value that?
We have four classes. We have English and French.
Hi, my name is Taylor, and our English is very good. I was curious as to why some of you were wearing head garments and others weren't. Thank you.
Like some of us weren't comfortable wearing it's called shmaq, so they weren't comfortable wearing it. So, and some of us it's okay wearing it. Yeah, that's fine.
Can you explain anything more about the shmaq?
Yeah,
Does it have a meaning?
No, it actually doesn't, but it's like it's a culture here in Saudi. Like we wear it like to know if you're Saudi or something. Weddings, parties, yeah, and other stuff like that. Plus jobs, most of the job. When you're going to work or something, you can wear it. Yeah.
Mr. Jonathan, you're. I think we've lost you. Yeah, I think we've lost you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you. It's like frozen.
Okay. See, are you able to see and hear me?
Hi, my name is Dion, and we were just curious as to are girls taught the same subjects as guys? Did I hear it?
Yes, they do have the exact same subjects as we do. There's no difference in their education to ours.
Hi, my name is Nick, and we were also curious. Do you guys regard race down there, or is everyone taught the same subject? Yes, like are people of the same or different races taught the same subject?
Have the same subject. There's no difference or racism here in Saudi Arabia.
Hi, Taylor again. Are there African students in your school?
Yes, there are African students, but not exactly Africans from the African continent, from Egypt mainly, and Sudan. But regarding the question about the shmagh, or as one of you called it, the garments, it's because we have a very vast past, and the shmagh, because when we live in the desert, back in the days when the old people lived in the desert, they need something to cover their heads with. So the shmagh has a very big meaning to us in Saudi Arabia and in some other Khaliji countries. Very much.
Hi, my name is Dion, and we just wanted to add that your English is really good.
Yeah.
Mr. Gordon, can you, is there something wrong with your connection? Because, yeah.
Hello there, Mr. Kareem. I can hear you and see you. Are you able to see and hear me?
Yes, I can.
Excellent, excellent.
Excellent. Now it's okay.
My name is Naif. I got a question regarding about the languages. Like, what language do you take there?
Hello, my name is Odie, and the languages that are possible to take here at the school are Spanish and French, I just believe. I chose French, so I'm not completely fluent in it, but I speak English and a very small amount of French.
Hello, my name is Sangeeth, and I also take French. I also understand a language called Malayalam. It's a South Indian language.
My name is Austin. I took Spanish my first 2 years, and I started recently studying Russian on my own.
Yeah, good for you. Like, I got on like, I can speak a little bit Spanish, so is it okay if some of you like speak Spanish with me? I speak like, yeah, okay, you. I'm not that fluent, but I can speak a little bit.
Hola. Me llamo Chris. Soy de San Luis y juego al golf y me gusta
Yes, okay.
Wait,
Yeah, that's like,
I'll say whatever.
You can just say whatever. Yeah.
They speak English better than some of you. I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Let me try Spanish. Usted habla muy bien español.
This is really where Derek should be.
You're going to have to repeat.
Thank you.
Would request just for the students at Dar es Salaam, could you please repeat the last comment? I think there was one student who tried to read some Spanish from his phone.
Yes.
Audible. Would you be able to repeat? I'm also going to suggest that some of you students, would you like to reflect on why you learn foreign languages? What is the benefit to you, or what is the value in learning foreign languages? What does it help you do? Does it help you build relationships with anyone? Back to you students at Dar es Salaam.
Yes, the value here is to mainly connect with the world and help speak to more people, build relationships, and being friends with more people mainly. Having to spread about your culture more and better. Excuse me, Mr. Jonathan, I'd have to cut off, but some of us are going to pray Al-Asr right now, and some will come back to speak to you, and another part will come and go.
Okay, thank you for letting us know.
Mr. Jonathan, we have, it's the time for Al-Asr prayer, so we have to finish now, if you don't mind.
So all of the students will be leaving. Will any students be coming back?
Yes, all the students will leave now, okay?
Okay, could we have a closing statement from one of the students? But could one of the students maybe give a goodbye greeting?
Closing statement.
We did think we were continuing for another 15 minutes, so this is a little bit of a surprise that we are finishing so soon. Let's have a closing statement from our friends at Dar es Salaam, and then if we could have a student from CBC as well in St. Louis to also offer a greeting by way of goodbye. Over to you at Dar es Salaam. Thank you.
Well, this has been a very eye-opening meeting, and it has been a great pleasure to meet with the students of CBC College, and we'd like to thank you very much, and it's been a great pleasure meeting with you. Thank you.
My name is Sangeet, and on behalf of my school, I would just like to thank you all for participating in this conference. We think it was a great opportunity to learn about your culture and just cultures in general. We really value broadening our global perspective, and we really thank you for giving us this experience.
Well, thank you very much to all of you students for your participation. I'm sorry we're having to finish so soon, but thank you very much to all of you for joining. Thank you for listening attentively to one another and for all of your questions. Hopefully you'll get to meet again on another video conference in future, but for now it's just time to say goodbye. So thank you very much and goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you, Jonathan.